Welcome to Peralta Matters. I am your host, Jay Calhoun. Today's episode is focused on immigration and our students at the Peralta Colleges. So, sit back, relax, and let's get into what matters here at Peralta.
What would you tell someone who is thinking about going to college?
I would recommend coming to the Peralta system to anybody, any age, any time, high school, before or after. The community colleges, especially in California, are well placed to give people a lot of skills. If you haven't found yourself or what you're going to do, you're going to find it somewhere in Peralta system. You are. Do it. Go now. Don't wait.
For more information, please visit peralta.edu. Like your future at the Peralta Colleges.
I'm Congresswoman Barbara Lee. Join me in watching Peralta TV.
Welcome back to Peralta Matters. We are now joined by District Legal Counsel Nitasha Sawhney. Nitasha, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Our pleasure. Talk first about what does it mean to be District Legal Counsel? Oh my God, that just sounds like a daunting job.
It's a great privilege. I feel really lucky to serve Peralta Community Colleges as counsel. As counsel, I do a wide variety of things.
Right.
From reviewing contracts and agreements that the college is entering, to advising the board and the trustees on various legal matters, on the Brown Act, which is about keeping government transparency.
Right.
I work on a variety of student matters, a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Now that you're here and you see how this district kind of operates and stuff, talk a little bit about the challenges you face as counsel this is one of the few districts that has 4 colleges in it, that has such an array of programs and, employees for that matter. 4 different unions. You got a bunch of stuff on your plate.
We have a lot going on at Peralta all the time. Yeah, being one of the larger multi-college campuses and districts, it means that sometimes we have to really keep communication flow as efficient and as kind of fruitful as possible.
Right.
You want the colleges to be really independent in running their programs, and so you're just trying to support, on all sides everywhere you can. There's a lot of challenges, but Peralta is doing great.
Right on. We're having to face some issues with the current societal problems that we're having. Also dealing with some of our students' needs and issues on our campuses. How, as a legal counsel first, do you approach the students' needs as a district?
Well, I kind of approach them based on the various needs of the campuses and what is coming up from students specifically. But in particular, one of the issues that I've been dealing with lately is around supporting undocumented students on our campuses.
Okay. And the immigration and our students, immigration and our students on our campuses, we've talked to some students earlier and found out that it's a serious support mechanism that Peralta plays. And not only they're becoming citizens, but they're furthering their educations and actually becoming active members not only of society, but as quote-unquote citizens of this country. What are we doing as a district to support that?
Well, Peralta is doing a number of things at each of our campuses. But one of the things that we most recently did was, the board really looked at the issue of undocumented and other vulnerable students, kind of in light of political changes and the environment, what's going on around us. And they decided that it was time to really make very clear what the policy commitment is to students throughout all of our district. And so what they did is they adopted a board resolution, and in that resolution they commented on and gave directives around student supports. So they made very clear, one, that Peralta welcomes all students, regardless of status, regardless of whether you're undocumented or you're a citizen, or if you were born here, if you were born somewhere else, no matter what, it does not matter. Peralta welcomes all students.
Excellent. What does providing a resolution, one, say about us as a district, and two, to the students?
Well, it says, I mean, one, I think the timing of this resolution was really critical.
Right.
The board and the chancellor, they didn't want to wait. They didn't want to wait to say, hey, let's see what happens.
Right, let's wait for something to happen.
You know, let's monitor, let's see. They said, we need to make really clear to all of our students and to our communities how we feel about this issue, how we want our students to know that they're welcome, they're valued here, that we value rich and diverse communities, we value various languages, we value the various histories that our students bring to our campuses. All of those things are critical, and we're not waiting. We're going to come out quickly. We're going to say that our commitment is strong, that we value you, we want you here. Please continue to come. Please come if you're not already here. This is the place to be. And so the resolution is just one small opportunity that the board has as the policymakers of our district. Excellent. That's one place that they have the ability from, you know, their seats to say, this is at the very top of the administration, the elected officials of our district are saying in terms that are not uncertain, that are clear, that we value all students. And your status doesn't matter.
What do you think, clearly, opinion, it does to the students?
Well, we hope that what it does is makes them feel welcome. We hope that it makes them feel safe. We hope that it makes them feel valued. You know, I think those are the things that, from the board and the chancellor's perspective, were most critical.
It's amazing how the simplest things allow the greatest accomplishments and the greatest results. And some of the students all said the same thing, like, you know, just going to school every day is one thing, but having to worry about, you know, all these other pressures. Now that I have a little bit of support, now that there are programs at a Laney or a Merritt or something like to that effect, it gives them some motivation, gives them some hope. How do you feel about that?
I'm glad to hear that they said that. You know, I mean, I think our undocumented students are some of our most vulnerable. They have a lot of worries, they have a lot of stress. And when the political environment around us changes as dramatically as it has recently, you can't help but know that and be aware of the burden that's sitting on their shoulders, the fear in many ways. So what the resolution helps is it reaffirms our commitment, but it also says to our students and to our faculty and to our administration, like, look, ICE enforcement is not welcome on our campuses. We consider it a disruption, right? So you should feel safe coming to school, coming to your campus, coming to your classes, participating in our programs. That we aren't going to be providing data, information. We have a law called FERPA, which is about the privacy rights of our student information. The resolution reaffirms our commitment to our students' privacy rights. That we are not handing this information out. We are not putting it out there for anyone to know. So that when you come, well, there are a lot of things we can't control as a college and as a district. You know, we can't control a lot of what's happening at the federal level. We can control, and we are committed to controlling the things that are related to our students, our students' information, you know, things like that. And we want to create as safe a space as is possible. And that's the commitment of this district.
And a commitment is worthwhile. Excellent. Thank you, Nitasha, for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Outstanding. We'll be right back with more Peralta Matters.
Hi, I'm here about the chef position.
Do you have any culinary training?
Well, no, but, now what? Wow. Who are you?
The Peralta College is Genie. There are thousands of classes to explore at Peralta's 4 East Bay colleges. Stop loafing. Find a program that's right for you and unlock closed doors.
Thanks, Peralta College's Janie. Got any more good advice?
Yeah, save your receipts.
Welcome back to Peralta Matters. We are now joined by Laney College student, Laurel Levitan. Welcome to the show, Laurel.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, Miss LA transplant. Yep. Now that you are here in the wonderful confines of Northern California, tell us about your Laney College experience.
I have absolutely loved it. I have never been in a public school setting where the students are so hungry to participate and to just gather knowledge and seek out knowledge in the same way I've always felt that hunger. And it's just been such an incredible breath of fresh air to have such a great diversity of voices actually contributing to the conversation and actually wanting to. And it's been a learning experience like no other.
Excellent. One of the key things that we found in our discussion is that even though you're not from here, originally,
Yeah.
you still see the benefit and the wealth of a Laney campus strategically, not only where it's placed, but also what it brings to the community. Talk a little bit about what you've experienced that way.
I just see, I've actually had the opportunity now with the semester to take classes at all 4 schools. I
Excellent.
took classes last semester at Berkeley, and this semester I'm at Alameda and Merritt as well. And I just notice such a wider diversity, and this may just be because Laney has the largest student body population
Right.
among the student body, and just such a wide breadth of various communities. But at the same time, I definitely also see very little support for them as their own separate communities, and very few places for them to come together that are well known to them, so that they can actually congregate on a regular basis
Right.
with everyone in the student body being aware of when it's happening.
Right. How would you encourage another student who is on that fence of, do I jump off in the 4-year, or do I bring it back and find myself at a JC?
I think that while college is touted as this instant pathway in our society, it's often not. Having a father who worked at a law school when the graduates were going out and finding absolutely no jobs for them,
Right,
even
right.
though they were lawyers, I've learned that lesson very well.
Excellent.
So just because you have a degree doesn't mean that there is necessarily a job, but if you know what it is you want to do, you're much more likely to find a job, and if you
Right.
have a degree, then you're even more likely to get it.
Right, right.
So I think it's just about knowing what it is you want, what it is you want to do. I happen to be very lucky and find so many of my passions so young, but I know that that is incredibly rare, and many people spend their whole lives
Right,
looking for
right,
them.
right.
And I
I'm
think
still looking. I'm still looking.
many do, and who knows what else I will find.
Right,
but
right on.
at least I found some. So I think knowing that and knowing yourself is the most important first step in an education. And if you don't feel like you have that, then you need to slow down and find it.
There it is. Discuss a little bit, or talk to us a little bit about immigration and the students at Laney College.
Yeah, so we actually have a wide diversity as well of immigrant students. We have various East Asian populations. We have, of course, great number of Latino and Chicana populations. We also have a great number of various Middle Eastern populations that are all facing concerns about whether or not they have documentation status of just being targeted. Because we see that regardless of whatever kind of documents you have, or if you were born in this country now, doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So the fact that that's so concerning, and just trying to find a way to support those students and let them know that while we are in some ways restricted because we are a public institution and there is only so much we can do, we want to make you feel secure. And I think there's so many more ways we need to do that than just talking about ICE and just talking about the Sheriff's Department.
Correct.
And especially from what I see on Laney, that is really actually just a very small piece of what we need to do to make our students feel safe.
Yeah, yeah. As a Peralta student, you're seeing clearly the firsthand effects of all the noise around us. What's it doing to morale? How's it helping you guys motivate yourselves to continue to do school and continue to come to class and do everything you're supposed to do, so to speak?
I think there are, and I've seen a tremendous amount of our student body that has very much devastated their morale, and it's very much dampened it. I know for a number of students it's made it very difficult just because of the things that they've had to do, or that's happening now to their family members that they now need to be responsible for and take care of. And so I know for a great many of them it has really hampered their education as well. I know personally a number of my friends at Laney were affected by the tragedies that we faced last semester with the ghost ship and all the other numerous things. So I know that it's certainly taken its toll. For me, I particularly feel incredibly energized. I think that we are now seeing an intersectional response that is unprecedented, would absolutely never have happened if we had had any other candidate elected. So in a way that's if there is a gift that's come out of it, it's that.
Right. We do have one common.
Yes. Now, yes, and it is certainly a much more united movement than I think we've ever seen, of people not caring about the little things and putting those easily aside and standing up for each other, which has been so heartwarming to see.
Excellent. Well, Laurel, keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
We'll be right back with more Peralta Matters.
I was a single teenage parent on welfare. I came to the community college. I started at College Marin. It's like a second chance. I was not prepared to go to the four-year university. They would never have received me. And to be able to go to the community college and reinvent myself, recreate myself, that's what all of our students get the opportunity to do. We educate 76% of California students. It's pretty powerful. And we do it with the least amount of funding of any of the educational systems in California. To do that and to see these students graduate through their hardships with beauty, with dignity and grace, how could I not be passionate about it? I feel like I'm connected to the world by being here. And I see the creative power and the dynamic energy of everyone here, regardless of whether it's a student, a community member coming in, whether it's faculty, staff, administration. It's just a really powerful place because I see ingenuity always happening. I see differences and I see discussion within those differences. A lot of power, and the beauty that it represents really all of the world in many languages. Grateful to serve, grateful to work with outstanding human beings. I am the Dean of Academic and Student Affairs at Laney College. In addition to that, I'm the director. I'm blessed to be the director of the EOPS Care B2B program.
Thank you for watching Peralta News.
Welcome back to Peralta Matters. We are now joined by Berkeley City College student Carolina Martinez. Carolina, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Excellent. Let's first talk about what it's like being a Berkeley City College student.
Well, it's been a great experience. In the beginning, it was challenging because the language barrier and because I was undocumented. And so many times that I had to drop school and go back because sometimes when you're undocumented, you have to either leave to find a place to live or go to school. And especially when you're alone. And I feel like more support being around my counselors, my professors, and it's been a great experience.
Excellent, excellent. What are your aspirations? What are you trying to do? What's your ultimate goal at Berkeley City College?
Right now, I'm working on my AA in political science and Spanish. And also, I want to transfer to a four-year institution. My two main schools are, well, UC Berkeley or San Francisco State.
Okay. And we talked a little bit earlier about political science because you want to do a little bit of law when you're done here?
Yes. And then after that, I want to go to law school.
Outstanding, outstanding. Why did you choose law? What's important to you about law?
Because I see that I will be able to help more people, and people like me, like people that has the same story.
Yes.
That my undocumented community.
At Berkeley City College, you guys developed a research center.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about working in the research center and what goes on a daily basis there.
We get students from different backgrounds, Asians, Latinos in general, and we help them to get resources, even where we can tell them that where they can find housing, help them with the DreamAt application, the CCC application, and different resources that we have in there.
How many, or what do you think is the best way to communicate to everyone that places like the Research Center at Berkeley City College exist for people like you and others? How do you think we need to get that word out there?
We have been doing outreach, and we go to talk to students and doing events, because sometimes it's hard for students to reach the center.
Yeah.
Because
Gotcha.
a lot of students are scared to get close and being identified as an undocumented or as a dreamers or any other status that is concern them.
Right.
So
it's so apparent now, the present situation that we're living under, and the facilities that are being used for certain things. How does it motivate you to continue to go to school, to continue to work at the research center?
it is hard because I feel like they're racially profiling, and even to be in Berkeley is sometimes it's eyes around and should I go? Shouldn't I go? And it's scary, but I feel motivated because I know I'm gonna get through. I know I'm gonna get through an education, and I will be able to help my community.
Excellent. Where are you right now in your process?
I still have 2 semesters to go.
Okay. All right.
And I'm ready to apply and
keep it moving, huh?
Keep it moving.
Right on. Thank you very much for coming on the show, Carolina. All right. We'll be right back with more Peralta Matters.
BCC is awesome. Other colleges that I've been at, it's more like students keep to themselves. You're in class and then out. But at Berkeley, you know, you make friends and people who want to help you. It's a collaborative experience. If it's something that you really want to do, then you should definitely come check us out.
All aboard!
Like your future at Merritt College.
Welcome back to Peralta Matters. We are now joined by Merritt College student and future psychologist, Nancy Moreno. Welcome to the show, Nancy.
Hi.
Welcome. Let's talk first about what it is being a student at Merritt College.
Oh, I love it. I love being at Merritt. If I had to do it all over again, I would do it again at Merritt.
Right on.
I love the staff. I love the students. It's a very welcoming school, and if you don't know how to do something, someone will help you find a way to do it.
There it is. We just talked briefly a minute ago about how important it is for the encouragement, for the morale of your staff.
Right.
That helps students who are having Lord knows what kind of days and
Yes.
things that they deal with on a daily basis. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, so I currently work at EOPS, and that's a state-funded program. So it's Extended Opportunity Program and Services.
Right.
We also have care, and sometimes students just come in and they're having a bad day.
Right.
They're not motivated enough. They don't have a mentor. They'll come in there and, you know, we take a minute of our day, just be like, you can do it, you know, we believe in you, and that makes their whole day.
Makes a whole bit of difference, right?
Right.
Talk now about the atmosphere at Merritt College when it comes to the students, right? There are a lot of things going on right now. There are a lot of crazy informations and things that we have to deal with that are the reality of this president, or this current administration. As a student and as an employee on the campus, how do you see Peralta helping close this gap, so to speak?
Peralta is doing a lot, and we're currently, Dr. Chavez has a project that she's been working on for about a year or so. I'm also part of it as a peer advisor and other students. And we're working just to help undocumented students, refugee students, BSAU students, DACA students, to show them the support. And if I can do it, I'm a DACA student myself, deferred action.
Okay.
I wasn't born in the U.S.
Okay.
I come from Mexico, so does my family. My dad migrated first. He lived in Tennessee.
Okay.
Then we followed along, and it was hard.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard getting here. And I remember we were in a truck in the Tijuana desert with another 15 people or so that just had the same mentality, that they wanted to be with their loved ones, spend a day with their family, get to know their family, you know. Some of them for whatever the reason might be, they don't know them as well as they could. So it was hard, and that first attempt I failed. I didn't pass. So we tried it again.
That's right.
The second time, my mom went first. She succeeded. Then my brother went right after. Thankfully, he passed. And I didn't. So I wasn't able to pass the checkpoint, and that was in Mexicali. So I was put in foster care.
Wow.
And I didn't know what was going to happen with me. I didn't have no contact with any of my family, my mother, nobody. I didn't know at that point what was going to happen. So eventually they got me out of the foster care facility. I attempted again through the checkpoint, and I passed, and I'm here today.
And you're here. And we talked a little bit earlier too. You say this is all for moms, huh?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
She's a very hardworking woman. She's very strong. I don't know. She just is the little things. Like, I'm not scared of no one in this world, but if my mom says something to me, I'm going to do it.
That's
you
what it's supposed to be, right?
It's just something about her. Like, I love her so much, and she's my motivation. Every day when I wake up, I'm doing everything for her.
Excellent. Switching gears real quick. Psychology is so important because?
To me, psychology is important because if you don't have a good counselor, if you don't have a strong counseling department in any school, this is where the students get their information. If the students are not seeing a counselor, what classes are you going to take? Or they're not, having other issues. They might need financial help or housing, whatever it may be. This is where they're going to get it. So you need a strong counseling department.
Excellent. Last thing, Nancy, tell me what motivates you to continue doing the wonderful work you are doing.
I think what motivates me the most is seeing these students and just, I'm so proud of all of these students that are going up there because I know they have a lot going on and I can see it and I hear it, and with all this going on, they still make that effort to just go up there and show up and want to better themselves, want a better future. And I myself, I would love to work with at-risk youth. That is my passion. I've done so many different programs, like so many. I volunteered. I volunteered at the Alameda County Sheriff's Explorer Program for 3 years. I've been to Juvenile Hall, Santa Rita, have done different trainings. And what I always come back to is they don't have a mentor. So why not get counselors who understand? Why not get me? I can be that for them. I can be there to support them, and they'll understand better if you have someone who has taken the time to go to Santa Rita, taken the time to go to Juvenile Hall. And I myself was undocumented. So if I can do it, they can do it. And being a woman of color, I had to work twice as hard. But I'm always positive. If you see me, I'm always laughing. I'm that smiling one every day. Like, eat in the morning and I'm smiling. Everyone's looking at me crazy, like, what is wrong with you? But I just love being here, especially in Oakland. We're so diverse, and we have different cultures, the food, the people. I love everything about it.
Excellent. Well, we are proud of you, Nancy. Thank you for your work. All right. We'll be right back with more Peralta Matters. Welcome back to Peralta Matters. I want to thank all of our guests for coming on today's show. And for more information about the colleges, please visit us at peralta.edu. Until the next episode, please do something that matters.
Peralta TV, programs that matter.